Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. If you are ready to blow the whistle, some people are throwing jokes around the social media saying perhaps one of the most expensive musical-related device that you find is a whistle, because people say when you blow a whistle on anyone, you might be a little more richer. You might be richer. And so let's dig deeper into the whistleblower policy of the federal government now. Hear what Serap has to say about this incident and the developments happening. The organization recently, today, said that the president urgently addressed country on the matter so as to clarify the issue and resolve lingering doubts among Nigerians regarding the real owner or owners of the cash. Serap went further to say they need to ensure legal backing for his government's whistleblowing policy by vigorously pursuing the passing by the National Assembly of the whistleblower policy. That's Serap telling the president to come out with the owners of the Ikoyi cash. Let me quickly come back to my guest here. What Serap is saying here about the president addressing the nation about this policy, the issue of transparency.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That is also a very unfortunate aspect of it, because that was a platform that brought General Buhari back to power. He has a reputation, his pedigree speaks for him. But you now come across this kind of situation, and nothing is being said. All it takes for all this to be, it takes nothing, just a statement from the EFCC. If it becomes a mess, the president should have directed the EFCC, look, go and state what is the problem. Go and state how you came by this thing and your own information. It's not, you cannot, it's not a, you can't leave it, as an issue of conflict between individuals and institutions, and people are inserting themselves to it. It is getting politicized. Somebody will make it, but the most embarrassing aspect, whether it is true or not, is the insertion of the NIA into the whole issue. If it is true, then the EFCC stands condemned. Look, that place, if it belongs to that is an NIA office, effectively, and the EFCC, exactly. So the EFCC cannot violate that premises. It is impossible for the NIA to tell.
If it happens that those monies belong to the NIA, has been reported, it looks somewhat that there might be some interagency clash or interagency.
Listen, look at it this way: the whistleblower. Okay, so it came out of whistleblowing. Is with a whistleblower saying that was that the information given to the EFCC that the money here is the money of NIA? Was that what the whistleblower said?
So, if you look at the picture now, if those pictures of the money in Ikoyi will come up on the screen, so maybe I can draw the attention of. So, if some people are looking closely, some people will say that some of the wrappers on that money suspicious. In fact, some of the lockers where those monies have been brought out, there was perhaps a key. There's some keys on the locker, which shows that maybe they got some keys to it, which brings some level of doubt. Do you think that there is a miscommunication?
I don't think so. The problem we have had has been people rabble-rousing. And I think we should be very worried about the state of Governor Wike and Governor Fayose. They have a way of jumping into issues, and you begin to wonder if these are truly governors in Nigeria. I am aware, because I've done my research, that the EFCC actually obtained a court order before going to that premises. What the EFCC saw, or what the whistleblower saw, was somebody moving in bags, looking haggard, but not trying to look haggard with her dressing, but not really haggard in reality. And that was when the president alerted that this thing keep happening. Someone keep moving in and out with bags into this house. That was why EFCC went and obtained a court order. So let us not mix this thing up. I don't think there's any intelligence thing. I think the NIA angle came in to cover up for some people. My own theory is that some of this money, because rappers of the election of Goodluck and Sambo were found there. My theory clearly is this, because I saw the video, I have it here, I can play it for you. The rappers were there. My theory clearly is that these monies were released illegally for election, and some people, because they knew that they were losing the election, for 2015 election, yes, 15. And when they realized that they would lose this election, somebody decided to run away with this money and hid it somewhere. Forget the NIA thing.
No.
The NIA thing is just a cover-up by a man who was appointed by the president and is trying to cover up for their people. I don't know how it is, but I think the presidency needs to talk about this. But for me, this is a cover-up, and Nigerians must watch it. These guys have looted this country dry, and they are still looting us dry. And these two governors, are they the only PDP governor? Why are they the only ones always jumping into issues? So Nigerians must be wary of these two guys who always like to make issues out of no issues.
Let's listen to Mr.
Please, don't allow things to degenerate. You are politicizing it. Again,
I didn't politicize. The governors came in. The governors came in.
You said it was Goodluck, Jonathan, whatever.
Well, those two governors came in.
You cannot speak categorically on it. It's not your place to do so. You can only speculate.
Well,
the agency, the only body that can speak authoritatively and categorically on the issue is the EFCC. The EFCC is in the full picture of what is happening. If it is not, then it has no any rationale for that.
If Goodluck Jonathan campaign materials were found in that room, could it have brought this kind of speculation?
Well, if it was, I can assure you that if it was Goodluck Jonathan, it would have been exposed 120%. There's nobody who the level of, if it is being covered up.
Did you see the story on the newspaper today?
The level of cover up that it requires will not be, nobody will, to believe that they are covering up for somehow for the Jonathan administration is a bit of a stretch. Definitely that is not the issue. Don't let us look for scapegoats.
Some people also believe that this money might belong to people close to these administrations. Would it be true also?
Will the NIA be covering up for Jonathan? The NIA that is under this government.
They have an NIA boss that was
appointed by Jonathan.
For God's sake, appointed by Jonathan.
Yes.
Is he not answerable to who?